So you may have seen AI clone videos like this, which has a static background, but it is a little bit boring. And I thought we could grab people's attention a little bit more if we first turn that into a green screen video and then we add AI images in the back that kind of makes it more interesting and better content. So today I've built a full NAN automation that goes from creating the voice, creating the clone, removing the green screen, and then making AI images in the back to make the video a lot more engaging. And so the benefits of watching this is that we can change out the background, if that is AI generated, like we make some AI videos in the background, or if it's like a news post where you have like the headline of the news, and you could also add Reddit comments in there. You could add tweets and stuff like that. And I found through content that if you, for example, just say straight up without any background image or anything like Trump got shot, it's a lot less impactful than if you were to have the image of Trump being shot in the background, and then you would have a tweet of somebody else saying something about it. That makes the content a little bit more interesting. So that is why we're doing this. So the goal of this video is to remove the background of your AI clone and put good content back there. So we're going to do this in 3 steps. First, we're going to get a green screen background from Heygen. So basically your clone is cut out with a green screen in the background. Then we're going to remove the green screen with an automation. And then we're going to put images in the background. So by the end of this video, you can generate an AI clone with images in the back. And this should be all automated end to end. But before we begin, I just want to say that this is part number 3 of the AI content clone episode. I'll give you access to this document in the link in the description. And here you can see that we have done captions, we've done publishing. But the most important part is that I made a massive episode on the main channel that is called AI Clone Automation Creates Unique Content Daily that goes through the entire workflow that we have created. Take a look at this. This automates your content from scraping it all the way to publishing to 9 different platforms. Now we're going to change out the background and make it dynamic so, it can be better content. You'll be able to find all the blueprints that I'm talking about in the Vibe Creator 2.0. I just updated it with this Vibe Creator AI clone where I show you how to install it, and you can get all the templates and everything right here. Duplicate the Airtable and the NAN template. But let's get started by going to step number 1, get green screen background from Heygen. So I'm now inside of Heygen and I have this avatar that I want to use. Now, how you would actually get it to be a background removal inside of the software itself is to have a premium plan. But I think we can actually do it through API. We don't need the Pro plan. So I'm going to figure out how to remove the background from this avatar here. So I'm just going to make a new Airtable dashboard here that we can use for the automation itself. First, I'm going to update the webhook, going into the create voiceover and changing the webhook right here. Then I'm also going to make sure to update the Airtable, changing the green screen. Now I'm going to test it and see if we get a voiceover back. So I'll click on this button. Workflow has started and it's looking like we are going through uploading the file to the Airtable. Hopefully we get an update here. Yes. So we got the voiceover now, and now we need to make an avatar with that voiceover. So first off, I'm going to copy the avatar ID. If you don't know where to find this, it's inside of Heygen. And if you click on the 3 dots in the top and click on copy avatar ID, this is where you can paste it into the dashboard itself. And then we can use code to essentially create the avatar. So the main thing that I need to figure out is how to remove the green screen background, because how the automation stands is that it doesn't actually remove the background. It downloads the audio itself, then it uploads it to Heygen. Then we post the API to essentially make the avatar. But I think within this JSON body, there is an option for us to remove the background. So I'm just going to copy this into ChatGPT. So you see that we have the ability to just do background type transparent. So that is really cool. And we have the ability to just put an image back there, but we are don't have the ability to put one image, then another image, and another image, and another image. So that's something we have to figure out in step number 3. Seems like we can even have a video in the back there, which is pretty cool. And we might actually use this if we're going to combine the AI and the video in the background together. So that might be cool. We're just going to use the background type transparent for now. And then we have the background color, as you can see here, be green. And so this should actually give us an alpha channel. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but let's test it out and see if we can actually get some results with it. I'm just going to make sure that the automation doesn't update the wrong record. So I'm just going to add the green screen in here, just like that. And all the other things I think should be good. So let's try to generate this video. We'll execute the workflow from the clone itself. I just got to make sure to change the webhook as well. So I'll put that in the vibe creator, go back, edit field, and here in the webhook test, copy everything before or paste everything before the question mark. Bang. Just like that, it should be working. Now let's execute the workflow clone, and then let's try to execute this. Workflow has started. Let's see if we get any errors. Here we go. We actually have a post problem here, and it seems like the input tag transparent is not going to work. So let's try to figure out if there is another way around it. So with this generation here, we actually did remove the background with what I showed you earlier, where we just edit and then we click on background removal. And so I just want to see what happens if we use this avatar ID, and then we don't use transparent, but we actually use the background color right there, exit out. Then we change the clone right here, avatar ID, bang, and we try it again. Let's see if we actually get an output here. Start the workflow, message, workflow has started. Post, we got the background, it seems like, and the avatar through. So that's good. That pretty much means that you need to create the avatar, probably with the Heygen and removing the background with the premium plan. So that means the creator plan right here, $24 a month on the yearly and $29 per month on the monthly, just to make the avatar itself. But I believe that you can stop paying for it once you actually created the avatars with the background removed, because I don't have a paid plan right here, and I do still have my avatar right here with the removed background. Either way, it seems like we actually got the updated version. So let's see what we got here. This is 7 seconds long. Let's check it out. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Just changing a couple of things and then rendering it again. Let's check this one out. All right, so it seems like we don't actually have the ability here. It does give me a green screen background, but it doesn't actually remove the background. And I think that's because I don't have a subscription. Let's just try one more time with this ID. Okay, we got the next test here as well. Let me put the sound on for y'all. Wow. The US power grid is in deep trouble. So yeah, it does mean that we actually have to have that subscription. But just like Gordon Ramsay, I cooked up a little turkey before we started this. So we got this video here that does have a green screen background. So we can kind of move on from that step. And it looks like this.
This is going to be a lot more fun when my background is...
With no AI clone voice either. You can see that I was able to do this plenty of times before with the exact same automation that I just ran, but we do have to have the AI clone with the transparent background, and we need the premium plan. I definitely think it's worth it. If you're going to continue, $29 a month is not that much, especially if it helps you create content. But let me put some notes here. Need to click on avatar edit, remove background. Then use avatar ID of the new look you just created, making sure you have the premium plan, even when you are doing API. So it will look something like this, where your background is removed, as you can see from this one. And the HTTP request will look exactly like this, where you have the background value color and the color value as well here. So I'm going to use this one moving forward.
This is going to be a lot more fun when my background is green. Isn't it crazy how I can change the background and also change the images just with...
So I'm going to get that drive link and I'm going to change it here as well. So we get that green screened man in future videos. And that's a, slight success on step number 1. But now we need to remove the green screen with NAN automation. And the way we're going to do that is through FFmpeg. And this all happens in self-hosting. So if you don't have self-hosting installed or FFmpeg, just search for AI Andy captions inside of YouTube. And then in this video, how I add free captions to every video with NAN, it shows you how to set up self-hosting and FFmpeg so you can run all this, because self-hosting is way better when it comes to anything video generation. If you're doing it in the cloud, uploading 300 megabytes is just going to be really expensive and very time consuming as well. So I already tried to do this before, but I haven't checked this out in a while. So I'm just going to set up a new webhook in my dashboard, add node webhook, and I'm going to create a new button inside of the vibe creator here as well. So I'm just gonna duplicate the add captions. We'll add captions later, but it's not an issue right now. So we're gonna remove green, and I'll check out the webhook here. I'll just paste this, making sure that the values is the clone drive. That's pretty much all we need, and save it. So now this button here should allow us to have a remove green screen button. I'll also add a new link here, the clone drive, and I'll move this to the side here as well. Drive without green. And this is where we're going to update our non-green screen or alpha channel background. So let's take a look at the AI clone here. I'm just going to try to run the first iteration of it and see what we actually got. I think last time it wasn't really that great. I'm just going to rename the hook, remove green, and I'm going to just test it out because I don't think I actually have anything included. So we'll test it out here. Workflow started. Now for the request, we need to get the drive. So let's find it in the webhook here inside of clone. It should be, we get the URL here, bang. And that should be all fine. Let's execute this step. Now, this is just a download. So now you can see the file size is 2.5 megabytes, really good. Then we're gonna write the file to disk, and yeah, this path and name is fine. I'm just gonna add some more variables in it because I've started using this new framework of actually adding the record ID in the front. So it's easy to get access to in any later stage if we need it. So I'll do green or the record ID dash green and then the MP4. We might not even need the MP4 because I'm not sure that can actually do alpha background. However, let's run this. So this should write the file to disk. Then we edit the file. So here we have a bunch of file names, output path, string. It's so crazy when you look at your old things and you have no idea what it actually does. I can't remember much of what's going on. Here is the execute command. That is pretty much the most important part. Here we get the file name. Hopefully that works out well. Then we actually use the chroma key to despill green out. And hopefully we have the correct hex code that we actually need to remove. But yeah, I think we're just going to execute this step. And last time I checked, ooh, we're doing something wrong. So let's edit the field and see what these... So here we actually have file name, and I think this should be good. It looks like JSON videos / the record ID dash green. ChatGPT, what's up? We're going to try using the code ChatGPT gave us. Let's execute, and it's looking pretty good. It's executing the node. Last time this took like 1 minute, so I'm gonna get a new coffee. Oh, that was way faster than I thought. Let's see if we can get the output path here as well. Video QuickTime, execute. We got a file and it's 58 megabytes. Let's download and see what happened. Were we able to remove the green screen? Here we go. Yeah.
This is going to be a lot more fun when my background is green. Isn't it crazy how I can change the background and also change the images just with a couple lines?
The highest quality, I have to say. I love those mosaic pixels on my face. So yeah, we gotta fix the quality. New coffee in hand, ready to go. What are you drinking on? Comment down below and subscribe while you're at it. So it looks like we're going to use ProRes, but the problem might be that we have too big of file size, hundreds of megabytes. But let's test this new code, execute. Oh, that was really quick. Did it work though? Let's execute the file. Oh, 203 megabytes and it was that quick. Let's check it out, please. Oh, that's way better.
This is going to be a lot more fun when my background is green. Isn't it crazy how I can change the background and also change?
That's fantastic. You don't even get much of the green despill in the corners here as well. It's obviously not perfect, but still, like if you watch TikTok videos, that green screen is not perfect either. So this is really good. Also, that it was that quick. That's a big time saver. Let's go through with uploading it to the Google Drive as well. And I'm going to add a node to update the Airtable as well. Now it is 203 megabytes, so uploading the file actually does take a little bit. And seeing that it was only 10 seconds, that means that we might actually get a gigabyte here. Luckily, we're doing this all automated, so you can just, run the automation, go away, do something else. So we'll put the web content link right here, just like that. Let me see if the last one was actually done. I'll execute the update record here as well. We need to change the fixed here, and also let's fix this one and make sure to not have anything there. Looks like the ID as well is not good. So let's use the remove green. Let's find the record ID. Bang, and Bob's your uncle. We got it in the vibe creator. Cool. So now we have a transparent background, and hopefully we can actually put something in the background. We currently removed the green screen with an NAN automation. Very surprised how quick it was. And also the file size is 203 megabytes, but it's not that bad. And if you really want to crush the quality, you could go further with, for example, using the bits per megabyte and stuff like that. I think that's what I did last time. I just tried to crunch it as small as possible because it took way too much time and also too many megabytes. I'm super happy about the quality of it, and now we can pretty much put it in the background, put stuff in the background. So we're now able to remove the green screen with an NAN automation. That's super exciting. And I'm going to put the code here as well. Bang, just like that. But now we need to put images in the background. So obviously this is cool and all, but first of all, it would be amazing if we had different screenshots in the background or AI generated video that changes every 3 seconds or so. So I'm going to make the big one later, but for now, to get a proof of concept, I'm going to do 3 separate images. They all should be like 3 and 33 seconds long. Let's just do 3 seconds and then we get 1 second of black screen at the end here. So let's try to make that happen. And this is going to be the hardest part because I don't really have a proof of concept here. I know how I could easily do 1 image, but if we were to do like 15 images, that is going to be a lot harder, and we need to do a different sort of strategy here. So we kind of need to make a new dashboard, and in case we actually want this all AI generated images and videos in the background, we could set up something similar as we did with the sea dance table right here. So as you can see, we have samurai scene 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and basically we put them all back to back to back. And that's kind of what I want to have in this automation here as well. And if you haven't checked out this video, it basically creates an entire AI video for you in the end, but obviously it doesn't have any avatar in the front. So I'm just going to use some images that I have here that would be cool to have in the video itself while I'm in the front here looking buff as hell. There's one important part here is that we actually use the correct export equals download. So I'm just going to change the file name of every single image that I use. And if you're going to just use Google Drive, just click on share and then copy the link. You can put it in here, then just copy the other one. Make sure you get the actual file ID here. Copy that, put it inside of the end equals export, just like that. And we need one more as well. Cool. Now we have 3 images. And how I think it should work is that the electric one is our clone drive. Then we have all the other ones be the drive that is actually images. And then we need to have a duration as well. But as a proof of concept, this should work really well. I still have no idea how to do it, but yeah, we're just going to keep pushing through. Let's do 3 seconds of each of them. All right, here we go. So let's make a new webhook that gives us the drive link and the duration. I think we're going to get it through a search node instead though. So first let's connect it to the NAN, listen for test event, and let's get it here. Then we're going to search for every Airtable that has the name electric in it. So let's pick the editor and filter by formula. Let's ask ChatGPT. So in case we have in the future that we need to search for anything else that has the exact same name, hopefully we can find it. Let's try one more time. Pretty annoying that it's exact match. So let's do this case intensive. And we just got 4 items. That's perfect. So let's copy this JSON and then get it to kind of go through the different ones. Let's add a function node and paste the code in here. One important thing is that it actually works for 15 images, not only 3. So we'll use this code instead. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Yep. We actually get something great. So we get the foreground URL, then we get all the background URLs here as well. And we get the duration of each of them. There's even an output path. I'm going to change that later probably, but it's looking really good so far. Now the next step is to download all the files from the URL itself. And we're going to use HTTP. And then we probably need to read or write the file to disk. And then we do an execute command. All right, so I changed the code a bit and it seems like we can go through with a batch. So essentially all we need is the JSON URL in here. And hopefully we get 4 items out. So let's check it out here. We get the output 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one is obviously the 0th. And that goes into a virus scan warning. So that's quite annoying. Maybe we're not even able to download such a big file. All right, now I've hopefully bypassed that step so we can get the drive user content. I never worked with links like this before, but hopefully we can get the JSON URL, bang, right in there. Give us 4 items, please. It's executing the node and we're getting 3 files back. So it does seem like we have Google Drive virus scan warning. Are we gonna have problems? So let's try to change the code again. All right, let's try. Still 3 items, only the background items. So I tried fixing it a couple of times now, but it definitely isn't giving me that big file. And it's because it's over 100 megabytes. Then Google goes instantly into like the virus scanning system that it has. Okay, seems like we have a possible solution here. And of course we downloaded it 4 times, but yeah, we got it. So now I gotta do that. We've now changed the function to give us all those files in a different download link, and it's not using user content. It's using a content link to actually bypass that virus scan. So here you can see we actually got 4 of them, where one of them is the 203 megabyte foreground. So we got all of them downloaded. Now let's do the same with uploading them to so that is a write file right here. So I think we're gonna add a code node here as well, just to give the best file names. So the next step is going to be a lot easier where we actually write the files, because we just do the file path and name, and then I believe we can go through all the 10. Nope. A lot of changing of this first one, and I bet it's because we need to actually get the file path here as well. So now we have all the items and it actually gives a file path for us to write. So when we check the JSON here, we actually get the file path background 0, background 1, background 2. And now when we write the files to the disk, hopefully we can just execute this and it will actually perfectly write it to our disk. So now we have everything we need on our computer in the cloud. Now all we got to do is execute. I think this should be a pretty easy step. Here is the execute command that we can do. Come on, this would be so sick if we just got it. Paste it in here, execute step. Oh, we got something back right away. So it says that our video is going to be called videos final underscore output.mp4. So I put that in here. Please give us a file, no data. Let's try one more time. I think I had a space at the end. Oh, and it's only 153 kilobytes. This ain't good. Let's check it out. Crazy alpha in the background, but it's literally 0 seconds long. All right, let's test it again. Execute step, read the file. Again, 153 kilobytes. Okay, we try it again. Still the same. All right, we're trying again. I'm just going back and forth with ChatGPT a bunch because I'm still getting errors. And it's mainly because it saved my background images as MP4. So now it seems like we got all the files to go to the correct MOV or JPEG. Now, please let this run. Oh, it's looking good. Please. We got something back, 2 megabytes. Okay, it's better than what we had before. Oh God, here is how it looks like.
When my background is green. Isn't it crazy how
Wow.
I can change the background and also change the images just with a couple
That's
lines?
crazy. As you can see, it's me as a ghost.
This is going to be a lot more fun when my background is green. Isn't it crazy how I can change the background?
No idea why it's like that. The input file that we gave to it is this file right here. Maybe it actually has way too much alpha on it, like when we did the green screen before. Yeah, as you can see in my downloads folder here, it has this ghosty vibe to it. This one is a lot better, this one, but when I actually open it, it looks like this.
This is going to be a lot more fun when my background is green.
So that's quite weird, isn't it? I need to eat something. Let me be right back. Shoot, that was good. 4 eggs, 250 grams Greek yogurt, and 20 gram mixed nuts. Can't go wrong with it. Oh God, we're back. Problem, alpha video to alpha. I'm just gonna double check how it looks like on this one. So obviously that must come from this execute command that removes the green screen. So it might be that we don't have the correct green screen color key. So let's do a color picker. Just like that. Copy that, paste it in, go back. Let's try to execute the remove green screen workflow again. So here we actually have the video. I'm going to turn on the workflow by executing the remove green, execute workflow, go in here and do the test remove green. Bang. Again, it was really quick. So that was almost 10 seconds to actually remove the green screen, which is so fast. And we updated the record here. So now this one is updated and it's also smaller than before. That's pretty cool. Let's check it out. Here it is. And if we look at it in the downloads folder, it's even more transparent. No. I'm not sure why, because when you actually watch it, obviously it looks not transparent at all. But when we have the alpha in the downloads folder, you can kind of see what we had before. Let's ask ChatGPT about that. So I bet if I put it into the actual automation here and we try to run the make video, we're also going to get the exact same ghosting type problem. If I just try this electric, we're going to run through the entire automation here. Let's view it.
This is going to be a lot more fun when my background is green.
Even more transparency right there. So that is our current issue. Hopefully we can remove that with a less harsh chroma key. Let's try to run the green screen once again. And it looks a lot better. Look at this. We have no green screen transparency, it seems like. And we also don't get so much of the green and everything. That's really good. Let's keep on going. If we now put this new link into the editor and use that as the first link, we can start the make a video. Let's execute that. Let's go into the editor and turn it into video. Now it's 2.6 megabytes, which is such a low file size.
This is going to
Oh, that's pretty good.
be a lot more fun when my background is green. Isn't it crazy how I can change the background and also change the images just with a couple lines?
We did it. That is incredible. I'm just going to update the record. I need to make a new field here that is kind of like our publisher. So we can publish to 9 different platforms and update the record here where we're going to update the table publish and we'll map out. We need to upload the drive first. Let's do that. Just copy and paste this one. Remember to save. File name Bob. Is that always what we're gonna... I need to have a better naming sequence on this. Name electric 0. Execute. And then we can update the record. Or actually, we're gonna create a new record. So we gotta change this one. Create. And we're not gonna have any ID. So we can just delete that. Name, I'll take the electric, please. And the drive link, we need the web content link like that. Execute step. And there we have it in our publish table, ready to make a button that publishes to all the 9 platforms. I do also have some ideas on, for example, putting me in the lower right-hand corner. Obviously also changing the background images so it's a little bit different, that we actually get some really high quality photos, etc. But as a proof of concept, this really cannot get any better. Super happy that we got to this step. So now we're able to generate an AI clone with images in the back in the series AI content clone. If you're more interested in this, hopefully you got something out of this. If you want to ask me questions directly, feel free to join the AI Made community down below. It's free for 7 days. And if you want to download the Vibe Creator AI clone, you can check it out here. This is not for the green screen yet because I gotta work more on it. So it is perfect before I make a full video on it so we can grow on social media together. Thank you so much for joining me and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.